So we got a special unboxing of the second wave of the SSU units. Yes, we've been playing with the SSUs for the last couple weeks, but we've been using proxy units because you just can't fill a full army yet against the Axis and the Allies. So this week, straight from China, straight from the factories here, from dust-models.com, is the premium set. And I'll show you what I got in this week, just to kind of fill in some of the holes that we've been missing in the SSU units. And I'll do an unboxing here, but what I want to tell you is, coming up there's some big things for battletactics.tv. Follow our website, it's at battletactics.tv. Go to our Facebook, it's Facebook/DustTactics, very easy to remember. And you can follow us on Twitter at BattleTacticsTV. Just to keep you up to date, because we're starting to run some shows weekly on Tuesdays. I'll be doing the Train Tuesdays, as I was saying, and just kind of go over some of the pieces that are, that you see throughout my train board as we're doing these reviews. I want to tell you where I got them at or how I made them, and we'll do a Train Tuesdays. But let's get to it. The SSUs are here. So there is a stray ally, so this is kind of a special unboxing. You get to see a ally unit as well. But as we go into this, I'll show you a close-up of each one of the boxes. So what's in the box? Just thought I would zoom in a little bit here, try to show you. So the SSU Specialists. So we got a little bit different. The Specialists have 2 snipers and 2 observers. Instead of a sniper and a spotter, there's 2 snipers, so there's no observer. So that means that your hits are hits, not your hits are misses. A little bit different than the Axis and the Allies. So those are the Specialist Squad, just to let you know about that. Here's the Rifle Squad. These are the premium edition. Remember, they come in different boxes than what you get with the, if I can find a box real quick. Here's one. Fantasy Flight comes in these type of boxes. The premium edition come from dust-models, and they come pre-painted and all designed. So here are the SSU Rifle Squad. So if you get a look at that. And then the new Walker. Very cool that we got this in. So now we have a second Walker instead of just the the grandma Walker that comes with the other comes in the expansion. Here is the new Walkers. Again, pre-painted. And then a special, kind of doesn't go with the SSUs, but I'll give you a sneak peek just to let you know. Next week, this is what we'll be reviewing, is the new Cobra Allied Walker with amphibious floats on there so you can get across the water. We'll go through that next week, so sneak preview right here. Let's set that one aside. And then you get the just a little SSU postcard that they've been starting to throw in here. So kind of nice little collectors. Again, dust-models.com is where I ordered these from. Takes a couple of days to get them in. It doesn't take too long. I think I ordered them on like a Tuesday and they got in here by Friday. So not too bad. Let's go through a close-up of these bad boys. Alright, so the first squad I'm going to unbox here is the SSU Rifle Squad. Now the SSU Rifle Squad, there are 5 guys in the unit, and you get a 3 of the guys have a PPSH 48, which does 2 damage to armor 2, 1 damage to armor 1, and it's just basically a regular machine gun. Then what's nice is you have 2 guys that have Widowmaker rifles. So the Widowmaker rifles have a range of 6, which is pretty nice for just a rifle squad. They do 1 damage all the way up to armor 4. So actually a Widowmaker can hit some Allied and Axis medium walkers, which is very nice. Most rifle squads can't hit the any of the walkers, so that's cool. And then you do have knives and grenades. They get regular soft cover, and then hard cover is misses, and the card is, and the unit's worth 22 points. Movement of 1 and armor 2 with 5 hit points. And there's no special skills. Kind of one thing that we thought that with the 2 Widowmakers, it would kind of make them into snipers, so they'd be able to pick what they hit, but there are no sniper skills for the unit. Now let's take a look at the commander here. And these are the premium edition, so they are pre-painted, and you can see all the backpack and the accessories. Let me zoom in a little bit more, so you just gotta get a close up, and then I'll zoom out of the whole unit when they're there. So you can see the detail that come with the pre-painted. Very nice. It's got the SSU symbol on the front armor. They have a little red patch up on the hat there. So that's the commander. Let's set him aside, and let's take one of the riflemen. There's the rifleman. And here is one of the Widowmakers. So there's one of the Widowmakers. You can see they got camouflage put in there. And then here's another Widowmaker. And lastly, here's a guy they have posing. He's throwing one of the grenades, which is nice. Pretty cool little pose. Kind of gives a little variety to him. For dust warfare, you know, it's good to have their grenades and dust warfare. There is a difference between dust tactics, so it's nice that this squad comes with grenades, and hopefully in the Zero Grad book they have them with grenades, and that would be your leader in dust warfare. Alright, that's the... Okay, now the SSU Specialist Squad. So you get 2 cards, because it's 2 separate units, with 2 miniatures apiece. The first unit we're going to look at is the SSU Observer Team. Now, this team is an Armor 2, 1 movement with 2 health points, because there's only 2 guys within the unit. And the 2 miniatures, they have the PPSH-48 machine guns. The same with you know, 2 hits against Armor 2, 1 hit against Armor 3, and they can only shoot Armor 1 walkers, which there are none right now. Close combat, they do have knives and they do have grenades, so that means they can attack up to, you know, up to Armor 4 close combat against troops. Now for their special ability, they have airstrike. So right now there is no artillery strike, not airstrike, sorry. They have artillery strike, and right now with the SSU there are no artillery, but if there is, they would be able to call an indirect artillery shot. Their soft cover is the same. A hit is for soft and a miss is for hard cover, and they are worth 5. So they're the same as the other observers for the Axis and the Allies. Now let's take a look at the other card with the SSU Sniper Team. Sniper Team, again, it's a 1 movement. They have Armor 2, and they have 2 hit points. Another thing that I see that's missing from the Sniper Team is, so let's just go through the weapons real quick before I get into that. They had the Widowmaker rifles, which are really nice, because if you can see, the Sniper Teams can now shoot up to Armor 4 for walkers, which they could not shoot before. So that makes a huge difference when, you know, if you're going to attack some walkers. So I think that's why, if you see in the corner there, they're worth an extra 2 points. We'll get to that. Close combat, they do have grenades and knives, so they can attack up to Armor 4 for close combat. Another thing too is their soft cover is hits and their hard cover is misses, so that's different than the Axis. Usually they have misses for soft cover, and they only have the sniper ability, so they can only, when you attack with them, you get to choose who you're attacking. That's what the sniper ability is. So if you have a squad that you're attacking to 5 people and there's a hero in the squad, usually the defender would be able to choose where the hits go towards, but with the sniper ability you get to choose which guy you're attacking. And then again, they're 2 more points more than the other sniper teams for the Axis and Allies. And I do believe that's because they can attack walkers up to Armor 4. So that's a little different, and it kind of changes up the game a little bit. They don't have Agile, which I thought, you know, Agile might be, you know, was a good thing for the snipers to go, you know, in Dust Tactics. Agile gives you, you know, 2 movements diagonally for your 2 actions that you get to do. Here, you don't get to do that. Alright, so let's take a look at the units. And we'll go back and look at the observer units first. So here are your 2 observers. You got one guy looking through a pair of binoculars there. They got the radio on their back. Looks really cool. Got a lot of detail within the knives that they have on there and grenades. And you could see his the machine gun and some of the magazines. So that's the first observer. Here's the other observer. He's got the radio out, ready to call in a strike. And they have more of a gray. It's not camouflage paint scheme. A little bit different than the other ones. Alright, so that's the two observers, and again, they're used to call on artillery strike, and they're, for what they cost, they're only 5 points, so they're a good little unit just to induct tactics to load up your turns. Alright, that's the observers. Now let's look at the sniper team. Okay, so I will say, if you see how long this barrel is, on the old core set Dust Tactics, you would get a lot of crooked barrels, and I don't know if this is a premium edition that I have here, but you can see they're nice and straight, maybe better plastic. You had a lot of crooked barrels in the old Dust Tactics. And then the other one has the rifle kind of sitting down. And so the difference between these guys, and I'll show you the Rifle Squad, is they have helmets, where the Rifle Squad snipers have, and you can see that one's a little bit in the air, but not too bad, have the hats on with the logo, so you won't get them confused with the sniper team. Also, the Rifle Squad has camouflage pants. You can see there a couple of the black marks, so a little bit different. So when you're going through organizing, they'll be separated. Alright, that is the sniper team. Alright, let's take a look at Natasha. So Natasha is the KV47-B medium walker for the SSU. Natasha has a movement of 1, 4 armor. The difference here is 5 hit points. So you got that 1 extra hit point to kind of stay alive for at least one more round. And then the really cool thing, if you look at her weapon line, she has 2 45mm howitzers. Now the difference here, these howitzers, as you can see, for armor 2s on troops, they do 4 damage apiece. Armor 3 does 3 damage. Armor 4 does 2. And then if you look, it could shoot up to an armor 4 medium walker, which kind of limits it, because now with the heavy walkers you're past armor 4, but at least you can shoot up to armor 4, and they only do actually 2 per unit, 2 damage per weapon line there. If you go down the skills, what's really nice is she does have the all-in-one, which will fire basically like a sustained attack all at one time. So she has an all-in-one that will fire all of her weapon lines with like a sustained attack, so she gets to re-roll the misses. And then what we have there is the 45mm howitzers. The difference with these howitzers compared to like the Allied howitzers is that these are grenade weapons, so they ignore cover. So she gets so when she attacks, there is no cover for the defending unit. And then it's a 32 point, which is not too bad. Okay, let's see how they come from the package. So basically, the walker comes, like this, and the only thing that you have to assemble is the arms. The arms come separate, and we'll put some of those on right now. So here's the 2 howitzers, and all they do is there's 2 holes on the side. Actually, there's 2 holes on the side that each arm goes into. Not very hard to put together. There's one, and here is the second arm. Let me get it over there. Then there's 2 shoulder pads that go right here, and you can glue these on if you would like. I would glue probably the shoulder pads on because it really doesn't make a difference having them on or off. There's 1 shoulder pad, and maybe this goes on this side because it's not going in there. And this is good to kind of show you what you got to put together, kind of struggles that other people go to put them together. And that's one shoulder pad on. And then here's the other shoulder pad. Just kind of armor. This is probably where they get the extra help point from, is these shoulder pads here. And it looks like the holes need to be, with the paint, need to be reamed out a little bit. Because on this side it doesn't want to go in. But I'll set it up. Take a look. That's Natasha, the pre-painted model. From dust-models.com. Now the pre-prime will come with a solid color on there, and I haven't got any of the pre-prime for the SSU, so I'm not sure what their base color is. I think it's like a green, like what you see Natasha is, and they are pre-primed pretty easy. So one thing that I'll get you as you're taking a look at the Walker here, when you're buying the dust-models.com, you have to think that when you're buying the premium edition, you're only going to get that one model. Now if you buy them from Fantasy Flight, one kit you can build all three of the medium Walkers that are out. And when you're actually painting the Walkers, you can see there's not as much detail needed here. There's some detail within the piping there. There's some rust effects. Obviously there's some gun smoke effect on here, and the decals. Now most of these, when you get them pre-primed, they'll already have the decals on them, so you have to make a decision. Do you want to buy this decal? Will be on the pre-primed ones. Do you want to pay the extra money for premium edition just to have, basically what you can do yourself is dry brush? But I will say it does save time, and you can take them right onto the battlefield. I really like them, but I think I would just buy one of the Walkers premium edition. As you can see, I'll slide in. This is Grandma, and let me put her up there real quick. Or it's kind of funny saying her, but that's what they are. You can see Grandma, where you get the premium edition, they kind of got painted up there. So, it's up to you. If you like the hobby aspect of it, I would say stick with, getting the pre-prime so you can do your own painting. If not, if you just want to get them on the board, buy the premium edition from dust-models.com. Okay. That is it. I hope you enjoyed this week's unboxing and review of the second wave of the SSUs. Next week, again, the sneak preview is what I told you. Cobra, new medium Walker for the Allied troops. Very cool. Some cool new specials that the new Cobra has. Also, please subscribe. Leave your comments about what you think. Do you like the premium edition? Would you rather have the pre-primed ones and then you paint them yourself? For me, I got a backlog of other miniatures that I've been painting and terrain that I've been painting, whereas I just couldn't see myself painting another 20 units for the SSU that are coming out over the next 6 months. So right now I think probably about 10 units. And you're looking at 3 hours a piece, just for a unit if you're just slapping the paint on. For me, I thought it was better to do the premium edition. So please leave your feedback. And follow us on Twitter at battletactics.tv. Go to our Facebook page, like it. We post a lot of the new news for Dust Tactics and Dust Warfare up there. And that's Facebook/Dust Tactics. Now, and then the new battletactics.tv website is up and going. We'll be posting some stuff from there, and I have some specials that are coming up here in the next couple weeks on that website. So again, enjoy you guys watching the videos, and please leave your feedback. See you next week when we do the Allied Medium Walker Cobra.